The following is a presentation of CUTV Sports and CUTV Sports 1.
Hello and welcome to the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania as the California Vulcans take on the Salem Tigers in this non-conference NCAA Division II men's basketball showcase. Hello and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Anthony D'Agostino and alongside me today is Danny Beck. Danny, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yeah, my stomach is full of turkey still, so I'm looking forward to covering some men's basketball again.
Yeah, good to be back here at Cal U. Had a great Thanksgiving myself. Hope you all at home did as well. And Danny, take a look at the last game for these two teams.
Yeah, we're going to start with Salem, and they actually played Seton Hill, a familiar foe of California, PSAC foe, as they dropped in that contest 75-72. So a very close matchup between Salem and Seton Hill. So California really had to look at that, see what they could take advantage of, being the fact that they shot 7 of 27. This is Salem, mind you. They shot 7 of 27 from beyond the arc. So if they can really pressure Salem onto the outside, they can use that to their advantage, something that California has done pretty well this entire season.
Yeah, but California, they took on Mansfield, a PSAC East opponent, and Mansfield coming up with a little bit of a shocker there, but they have a Division I transfer coming onto their team and just being able to start now due to eligibility rules, and he put on a show for Mansfield.
Yeah, I don't think California was really expecting that one either. California came into that contest after beating Kutztown, a very strong team in the PSAC East. And then, they kind of overlooked Mansfield the day after that. That was a Saturday and Sunday matchup, and California dropped that one to Mansfield. But hopefully they're trying to get on the right foot back in the Convocation Center and before they go on a 5-game road streak. So they're really just trying to use this game, use it as some leverage to really go into the next few contests with a win.
And Danny, you're going to take a look at the tail of the tape now for both these squads.
And California coming into this matchup 87.2 points per game and allowing 88. So they really have to match up against their opponents, especially in this one against Salem, try to limit those points. And then the field goal percentage as well as the 3-point percentage, 29.2. And you look over to the other side for Salem, they're at 24.4. So I was talking about 7 of 27 from behind the arc for the last game for Salem, and Salem really has to try to execute on all cylinders from behind the 3-point arc.
Well, Salem also averaging 16.3 turnovers a game. California with 12.6. If California wants to definitely win this game, they got to take those turnovers that Salem is going to give them and convert them into points.
Without a doubt, and kind of take a page from the women's coach, Jess Strom, trying to really force those turnovers, ramp up the defensive pressure, and that's something that head coach Kent McBride has done. It looks like he's more implementing a system of speed and agility on the offensive side. Really has to ramp up that on the defensive side as well. California
in their last game against Mansfield, they went 37.9% from the field and only 23.1% from the 3-point arc. One of those guys that has kind of been missing from the 3-point arc, Robel Tekel. And if I'm California, I don't give it to Robel Tekel to shoot the 3. I'm looking for him to pass it more out to Cordell Smith or pass it inside of Jameer House.
Yeah, and Jameer House can shoot too. Even when we were watching in warm-ups, he can shoot the ball. He can shoot the basketball with precision. And so really he's a threat all over there on the floor. And I agree with your saying about with Robel Tekel. Robel Tekel more of an inside guy. Even you can pass it over to him. Last year it kind of seemed like he was one of those pivotal pieces on offense. Now this year they have a little bit of options on the offensive side of the ball so they can really utilize some of the other threats they have out there on the floor.
California in the last game, they kept it close, but when the game got out of hand, Danny, they also got frantic and just started putting up shots. They lost their game plan basically in that game against Mansfield, And I think if you're California, you got to stick to the game plan, even when the times may get tough.
Yeah, you got to utilize those easy buckets out there on the floor. You have those big guys out there on the floor that can shoot inside and use them. You know, everybody was kind of putting up shots. You mentioned a little bit frantic, kind of going out to the three-point arc with a few seconds left on the shot clock and just putting up an errant shot. Really have to be smart and really think through what your shots are going to be. Even follow your shots to possibly get a rebound and a second chance point.
Salem being 2-2, California being 3-2, you can kind of expect that this game is going to be a good quality matchup, at least on paper. I haven't seen these guys before. The last time these two teams met, it was the 2010-2011 season. California won 76-69 on the road.
Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. I haven't obviously seen Salem. Both of us haven't. So California really needs to circle this one and use this as really, as I said before, some leverage going on to the next 5 road games.
Before we get ready for the national anthem, I have to say Salem kind of tricked us here. There was looking a little like slippery rock here, but we're going to take a break here for the national anthem. And welcome back after that rendition of the national anthem. But like I was saying, Danny, at first it looked like the Tigers looked a little like slippery rock today.
They definitely did. We walked in and I was really confused. I was like, what is going on? A PSAC West matchup already? It's kind of early in the season for that, but nonetheless, it is Salem. So nonetheless, we're going to get some good quality basketball action.
The starters for Salem, number 3, Reggie Oliver, the senior 6-footer out of Apopka, Florida. Number 4, Jordan Robinson, the senior 6'4" guard out of Martinsburg, West Virginia. Number 10, Ignacio Rodriguez, the senior guard, 6'4", out of Mallorca, Spain. And number 15, Marko Tutunovic, the sophomore forward, 6'4", out of Kikak, Serbia. And number 21, Malik Toppin, the junior forward, 6'9", out of Bloomfield, New Jersey. Danny, break down the starters for California.
Nothing out of the normal here as we have number 1, Jameer Howes, the junior forward, 6'7", from Cleveland, Ohio. And his fellow Cleveland 8, if you will. Number 2, Cordell Smith is the senior guard, 5'10", out of Cleveland. Number 5, Terry Davis Jr., the senior 6'3" guard from South Bend, Indiana. Number 13, Isaiah Lewis, the senior guard, 6'3", from Brooklyn, New York. And number 14, Jay Tucker, the senior forward, 6'6", from Philadelphia, PA,
As California coming out here looking to get back in the win column, Danny. Like we mentioned before, they ended up losing to Mansfield, a tough loss for them. They were not without hope, though, in that game. They just ended up not being able to play some quality defense, but Mansfield also was able to make some pretty tough shots that California just couldn't, do anything about. They had their hands up and everything, and it was just going in.
Yeah, you really can't do anything about that. Like you said, they were there on defense. They were doing everything they possibly could, getting in the face, no easy shots, but Mansfield was just raining them all over the floor, and that really propelled them to a victory.
Salem in their all green, California in their all white with red trim. Looks like Jay Tucker will be in for the tip-off with Malik Toppin. Toppin wins that one off to Reggie Oliver. To Tunovic. Passing it over to Rodriguez. Inside pass now. Now back outside. As Oliver puts up a three. That one's no good off the front of the rim, rebounded by California.
Good box out there by California, allowed them to just get that easy rebound. 3 guys underneath the rim on that one for California, allows them to set up their offense.
Isaiah Lewis now passing it over back to Isaiah Lewis as he puts up a three. That one's good, and California strikes first.
And that's what you have to do, move the ball around there out there on the floor for California. Allows Isaiah Lewis to get right open, spot up, and knock it down.
A travel call, actually a carry here on Reggie Oliver. Kind of wasn't able to bring the ball with him as he was moving.
And that's a defensive pressure that I mentioned that California really has to ramp up. Head coach Kent McBride likes that one as he hops up off the bench and applauds that. But California, that defensive pressure really forced Salem into making an errant play.
Isaiah Lewis over to Terry Davis Jr. As Jay Tucker with it now. And over to Terry Davis Jr. Now Howes. Zone here for Salem. Inside and out to Terry Davis Jr. for three. That one just rims out, and it's tipped around and rebounded there by Tutunovic. And up pass is not going to go open for a basket, but Tutunovic's three is good.
Good shot there by Tutunovic to get on the board for Salem, but I like that pass on the opposite side for California, going underneath the basket and shooting it over. Although he didn't convert, still good passing out there on the floor.
As Jameer Howes will elect to pass out to Cordell Smith, and a bad pass intercepted as Reggie Oliver takes it up, passes it over, almost over Rodriguez's head, and a three-pointer is up, no good. Rebounded there by Rodriguez. As Oliver with it, tosses it over to Rodriguez. Back to Oliver. Guarded there by Cordell Smith. And nice behind the back pass, and that shot no good by Toppin.
Great pass there from Salem, but gives California the ball right back after a missed shot.
Cordell Smith over to Lewis, back to Cordell Smith, now Davis Jr. Nice pass inside to Tucker, but that shot's blocked away there by Malik Toppin, the 6'9" forward.
Got a 3-inch advantage on Jay Tucker there and made his presence known.
Deep three, good by Reggie Oliver.
Deep is an understatement as he was a little bit past that NCAA logo if you make another three-point arc out there on the floor, but Salem, big threes now.
Definitely the professional arc there, as that three-pointer is no good, but a foul called here on the floor. And this one is on number 10, Ignacio Rodriguez. Terry Davis Jr. to inbound for California at the baseline. As Isaiah Lewis gets it off the... He keeps it himself, actually. Isaiah Lewis drives, and a shot here, no good, off the rim. Rebounded by Toppin, and that one's stolen away by Terry Davis Jr. Jr. will lose control of the ball, but he is fouled. And this is going to be against Salem once again.
Just going to say, Isaiah Lewis as well as Philip Alexander, both of them out there on the floor. You'll see Philip Alexander a little bit later on in this contest, but the combination of both of them out there on the floor, they have a court presence that was unlike anybody else out there on the floor for California, and they can really control their offense and really run through both of them.
Fouls on Reggie Oliver. His first, team second. As Cordell Smith with it now. As Jameer Howes over to Jay Tucker, back to Cordell Smith. Smith working here, flings it over. That three-pointer's up off the back of the iron and rebounded there by Jordan Robinson. Tutunovic inside to Toppin. Toppin works inside. That shot is up and good off the backboard.
Toppin is getting his shots to fall over California, and he has a little bit of an advantage in the height department, but even just getting his hands up, getting rebounds, and on the offensive side of the ball, just getting right to the hoop.
Three-pointer, that one's good for Isaiah Lewis.
It's Isaiah Lewis's second three-pointer here tonight, so that was almost from the same spot too. So Isaiah Lewis could be getting a little bit hot now.
Oliver will hand it off, and a quick three-pointer is good from Ignacio Rodriguez.
It seems like whenever California hits a three, Salem right there hits another three and extends their lead even more.
Isaiah Lewis throws it over to Cordell Smith. Thought about a three, and it's off the foot of Ignacio Rodriguez. Rodriguez over to Oliver. Three-pointer is good. Salem is hot from beyond the arc.
A three-point barrage from both of these teams here tonight. They can't really score in the paint. Why not shoot a three-pointer?
As Isaiah Lewis inside, and Jameer Howes will put up the easy bucket.
Just great positioning there by Jameer Howes. Allows himself to get right to the basket, gets the pass, and puts the shot right up.
As Tatunovic, three. That one's no good. Rebounded there. Up ahead to Jameer Howes. Howes layup good on a quick, fast break.
And body control yet again there by Jameer Howes in transition. Knows he has two trailing defenders around him. Shakes away the one and still puts up the ball with one hand.
Oliver bounce passes it to Toppin. Toppin, tough angle shot, no good. Rebounded there by California. And an underhand pass there to Howes, and Howes loses control of it. And he's out of bounds, though. It's Tatunovic, and Tatunovic not happy with Jameer Howes.
I'm not sure. Howes kind of stepped over him, and Tatunovic kind of just threw his leg away. Now we're going to look at some team leaders for California. As right there you can see Terry Davis Jr. leading in minutes per game as well as scoring. When you're out there on the floor for the most amount of time, you better score some, as he leads in both departments. And then in rebounds, Jameer Howes with 9.8, as well as steals with 10. And then assists, Cordell Smith likes to be out there on the floor, giving the ball to everybody. Unselfish play out there for the Vulcans.
Yeah, definitely there. And Terry Davis Jr. being that points leader for California. Right now he's being a little unselfish. He's passing an underhand there. As Danny, we're going to take a look now at the Salem leaders here.
And Malik Toppin, a guy that's really been scoring a lot for this team for Salem here tonight. He has 2 points. It seemed like he has a lot more, but he's kind of helping his team contribute definitely out there on the floor, leading in points as well as rebounds and minutes. And then yet another person out there, Reggie Oliver, leading in assists and steals. So he has a pressure in the defensive side of the things, as well as the offensive side.
Reggie Oliver right now is the leader for points for Salem. He has 6. As you said, Toppin, the points leader for Salem, only has 2 though today.
Yeah, definitely. What I was mentioning before, has a little bit of height advantage over California, and that's really playing a part. Although he's only 2 points on the board, he's really helping his team get the rebounds, those second chance efforts, and passing the ball around their floor.
So far today, Salem 50% from the field. They're 4 of 7 from the beyond the arc. That's 57%. California, they're 4 of 9 from the field, and they're only 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. That's 40%. Inbounding it will be California from the baseline. Up ahead to Robel Tekel over the backcourt line. As Lewis. Over to Howes. Terry Davis Jr. with it now. Over as he is out of bounds. I don't think he was out of bounds. That was Philip Alexander. And we have a clear line of sight to the black line of out of bounds. And I think he was in bounds.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Anthony. I looked right up at you right when the referee blew his whistle, and I saw his foot. He kind of shifted his foot back at the last second.
A foul call here as Reggie Oliver goes hard into that padding of the basket. It's on Isaiah Lewis, his first, team's first.
A lot of pressure there from Jameer Howes as well. That's the second time Jameer Howes has gotten into a little bit of a physical, bodies going into each other as Reggie Oliver flew in behind the basket. But nonetheless, now we're going to see some foul shots from Reggie Oliver.
One of the referees looked like he was telling Isaiah Lewis to calm down and not play as hard there. If you hit a guy too hard trying to block it, you could be called for a technical unsportsmanlike conduct foul. I've seen that before and don't want to have that happen. As looked like Reggie Oliver made both of them there. Score 16-10 Tigers.
Got to ramp up this intensity to get that tryptophan out of your body from all that turkey.
You know what it is. Jameer Howes from the free throw line. Working inside, kick ball here by Marco Tatunovic. California will inbound it with 20 seconds on the shot clock. New rule the NCAA just put forward: if the shot clock is below 20 seconds and a kick ball happens or a defensive foul happens, The shot clock will reset to 20 seconds if it is not higher than 20 seconds. As Howes with it inside, loses control of the ball, picked up there by Oliver. It's a 2-on-1 possibly. Oliver, three-pointer, no good, as it's rebounded there by Alexander. As Lewis over to Terry Davis Jr. inside to Robel Tekel. Tekel moves in. Tough angled shot as he's falling backwards and puts it in.
Yeah, great hesitation by Robel Tekel on the offensive side. Kind of that transitional play for California and getting another basket to fall.
Oliver with it now. He passes it off to Shawan Fultz. Three-pointer up. No good. Rims out. And it's rebounded there by Jameer House. Out of bounds, and it will go off of Alexander. And California will turn the ball over.
You got to limit those turnovers, helping that offense get started in this one, down by 4. But Salem looks like they have a little bit of the momentum in this contest, hitting some big threes. California really needs to answer back now.
For Landis Penny, the junior forward out of Memphis, Tennessee, checks in here as the forward. Oliver with it now for Salem. Passing it off to Rodriguez. As Rodriguez working there on Alexander, gets it off to Fultz. That shot is up and good for Toppin.
Another height matchup, or a height mismatch on that one, as Toppin just puts the shot right over Jay Tucker's head.
Philip Alexander now inside the Tekel. Tekel working. Nice move as he gets the basket to fall.
A nice move is an understatement right there, as Robel Tekel just took his defender for a little bit of a ride, that one, putting the shot up with one hand and getting it to fall.
Oliver working in there, and that will be a travel. He went up and then came back down with the ball.
And they're trying to make his case as the ball was tipped in the air, as the referees now talk about this one.
If the ball was tipped, it would be Salem ball, but alas, it is not. I believe if we were doing this game on TV with a TV truck, they might want to take a look at that one.
Most definitely. A little bit of possessional thing. I don't know if that really would make a case early on in this contest.
Jay Tucker can't hold on to the ball and turns it over. Salem picks it up. As Oliver's three is good, and once again, California not being able to guard the three-pointer today. As that pass stolen away there by Oliver, and he gets the ball off to Fultz. Fultz, jumper, misses everything, and it's rebounded there by Cordell Smith. Smith over to Tekel, 4-3. Tekel, no good, off the top of the backboard, and that'll be a turnover for California.
You know, I was talking about how Salem was 7 of 27 in their last matchup against Seton Hill, and I said that if California really pressures them behind the three-point arc, that could be proved to work for California, but it's doing the exact opposite. They're just allowing Salem to just be wide open from behind the three-point arc, and they're knocking them right down.
Salem 5 for 10 from beyond the arc. California 2 of 6. Jordan Robinson for Salem. Throws it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to Robinson. Inside pass and a shot up, no good off the rim. Rebounded there by Jay Tucker.
And that one finally working in Jay Tucker's favor as he was out of position yet again. Toppin trying to put up the shot over him.
Terry Davis Jr., guarded by 2 defenders, gets it over top of both of them and gets the basket to fall. A handoff here for Salem to Sean Fultz. As Ignacio Rodriguez works inside. Tough shot is good for Landis Penny.
Good job of Rodriguez there by splitting the double team from California and getting the ball open to a wide open player out there on the floor and just getting the shot to fall.
Robel Tekel flings it over. Alexander's three, no good off the back of the rim. Terry Davis Jr. rebounded it, and now Philip Alexander passes it off to Cordell Smith. Deep three, that's no good. Rebounded it by California. Terry Davis Jr. with it now for them. Cordell Smith working now. Over to Terry Davis Jr. Alexander, tough shot, does not fall in, and I think if he just went straight to the basket instead of trying to go around the defense, he might have had a chance there. But Robinson working now. Bounces it inside. Toppin's shot is good.
Toppin just eating today. It seems like he can do whatever he wants over California as they stretch their lead even more out to 9.
Terry Davis Jr. over to Philip Alexander. Back to Davis Jr. Jumper no good. Rebounded there by Robinson. Robinson working here. As he throws it over. A wide open three is up, and this one's no good. Rebounded there by Jay Tucker. As Cordell Smith over to Robel Tackle. No look pass as Terry Davis Jr. over to Alexander. Drives. Nice move there to the basket and gets it to fall.
And just ball movement skill right there by California. Just moving Salem wherever they want out there on the floor allows them to take an extra shot.
We've reached our immediate timeout with 9:39 to go here in the first half. California trails Salem 25-18. We'll be back with more Vulcans men's basketball here on the PSAC network.
Dylan, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Buchanan, West Virginia can watch our stuff up here.
They can follow us on Twitter or they can like us on Facebook.
That's awesome. What about our sports? How can they watch that?
They could watch it live right on our YouTube channel.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to the Convocation Center as California trails the Salem Tigers 25-18. As we saw on the video board, Cheyenne White was on the video board up there.
She was a fellow CUTV crew member. Now she's doing her thing out there in the crowd with sports athletic promotions, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's something like that.
It's a big title for Cheyenne, so I don't want to mess it up.
You know. Salem will inbound it here after that timeout. As Oliver with it now. As a travel here, didn't pass it when he wanted to, and he picked up his pivot foot and put it back down.
In that media timeout, we just got an update from our athletics page. California leads Salem 12-9 in rebounds. And that could be big for California as, Terry Davis Jr. on that last possession for California just seemed to get all those second chance points.
Three-pointer is no good, and it is rebounded there by Ferlandis Penny. As Oliver throws it over to Pitzer. Pitzer with it. As he gets it over to Oliver. Reggie Oliver working. As he gets away from the defense, and a three-pointer is up, and it is no good, and it's going to be out of bounds off of California's Robel Tekel.
Yeah, Robel Tekel tried to just bring that one in one-handed. Almost tried to palm that ball and just threw his arm forward and propelled it out of bounds.
Oliver throws it over, and a travel call here on Marko Tutunovic.
And Salem doesn't look like they're very happy with the referees, as they're kind of just questioning every single call out there on the floor, kind of putting their hands up, questioning everything.
2-3 zone here for Salem as they've been running that all game so far, daring California to shoot out of the zone. As Cordell Smith over, and that shot is good for Isaiah Lewis.
Great shot there by Isaiah Lewis, kind of spun away from the defense right there, split the zone, allowed him to get a wide open shot and sunk it.
Reggie Oliver loses control of the ball himself, and it'll be out of bounds, California ball.
Great defense from both teams here today. Just something you got to mention. California and Salem both pressuring on the offensive side, the defensive side, and allowing both teams really take advantage.
Yeah, other than the Salem three-pointers, which have been raining from the sky, they're 5 of 12. The defense for California hasn't been that bad. As Isaiah Lewis gets it over to Cordell Smith. Smith for three. That one's good.
That's what California needed on the offensive side, to sink something, get this crowd back into it. There's a lot of people in the crowd here today. Really wouldn't have expected this the day after Thanksgiving break.
A timeout called here by Salem. This will also be the media timeout, as Danny taking a look at the standings for the PSAC.
And it is a little bit early, but here are the PSAC West standings. You can see there Edinburgh, Mercyhurst, IUP, and Gannon all sitting ahead of California at 1-1 in conference play and 3-2 on the season. Behind them, Seton Hill, the opponent of Salem this past game, and then UPJ, Slippery Rock, and Clarion round out the PSAC West. And I mentioned it is a little bit earlier on in this contest, so we really haven't seen California match up against the meat of their schedule, if you will. And this looks like a different team. A lot of confidence, it seems like, that Kent McBride has with this team. A lot of new additions in the offseason, and he's really trying to take advantage of that and really make a little shake up the PSAC West, if you will.
Yeah, definitely needing to shake up the PSAC West, and a score update for the PSAC West as well. Mercyhurst is at home against Roberts Wesleyan, a 6-0 team. Mercyhurst up 15-10 over Roberts Wesleyan. Mercyhurst 3-1. Roberts Wesleyan, like I said, 6-0. So good for Mercyhurst to be up on that game.
Most definitely is, and California really has to keep that under close watch. Has to really take advantage of the matchups that they're seeing earlier on in this season. Although they may not come on the winning side of things, California 3-2 this season so far. But really, everything can be used as a coaching lesson, teaching lesson. Kent McBride loves to use that terminology in his game. But California, earlier on in the season, they want to get some confidence.
California will be coming off this timeout from Salem. Salem, I believe, will have the ball here, as they will. Marko Tatunovic to inbound it here. As Tatunovic to Oliver. Oliver backhands it to him as Tatunovic gets his shot to fall in.
It's the first time Tatunovic has really drove into the lane. You'll see a lot of passes from the outside, allows him to get wide open behind the three-point arc. That time, trots right in and makes a shot.
Cordell Smith from beyond the arc. No good off the back of the iron. Rebounded there by Salem and Reggie Oliver.
See the defense of Salem right there collapsing, and that allowed Cordell Smith to take a wide open shot, although he couldn't take advantage.
Oliver missed that three-pointer. Up comes Cordell Smith. As Isaiah Lewis over to Terry Davis Jr. for three. That one's good from Terry Davis Jr.
Great passing there from California. They're really going to have to split this zone, and that's something that head coach Kent McBride, I'm sure, was talking about at that break, as now they only trail by one.
Robinson throws it over to nobody, and Coach McBride excited about that one.
Very animated over there on the bench for California, kind of getting his team involved, as Robel Teckel, I believe, trots down the tunnel, kind of going back to the locker room.
Yeah, that was a little surprising. Hopefully he's all right. The trainer for California running back to try to find him.
Kind of just ran off the court.
Supposed to usually talk with the trainers first, but
yeah.
Cordell Smith, that shot no good, and a foul coming here. This is on number 35, I believe, for Landis Penny, and it is his first, team's third, as Robel Teckel comes back from the tunnel.
I was going to say that maybe he was going for a little bit of a jog on that one. He seems to be okay. We got a little bit shaken up, but just wanted to run it off.
Over the top as Jay Tucker with it now, working inside. That shot is no good, and he will go to the line to shoot two.
Jay Tucker hoping to get that one to fall. Kind of looking up at the last second, trying to see if it went into the basket. But we're going to see some foul shots from him. Jay Tucker, not really a pivotal part this season. It kind of seems like one of those guys that starts the game and gets involved, help his team out, and then a new sub-ins come out there. Kent McBride all about keeping fresh legs out there on the floor.
Tatunovic with that foul. That's his first, team's fourth. As Jay Tucker will miss that shot too strong off the back of the iron.
got to keep your head in this one. You know, only down by 1, 6 minutes and 37 seconds left before halftime. These foul shots are huge. California knows that. They're just trying to take advantage now.
Tucker's second is good. California, that was their only 2 free throws they shot so far today. Obviously 1 of 2. As up comes Oliver. Oliver shot no good, and a foul coming here on Jay Tucker.
Not sure about that one either. It looked like Jay Tucker kept his hand straight up on that one. Didn't really reach in at all, but a foul still called out there on the floor.
I think the referees calling that the violation of the vertical cylinder rule that was put into place last season. That is a point of emphasis this year as well, again, for the NCAA officials. As that shot is good from Reggie Oliver. Oliver, 75% so far from the free throw line this season, as he will miss his second one. As California up now. Isaiah Lewis has an inside pass and a good shot there by Jameer Howes way underneath the basket.
Yeah, I'm going to keep emphasizing this positioning out there on the floor for California. They have to split this zone any way they possibly can, and ball movement will spread that zone out, allowing California to get some open looks right there. Jameer Howes just getting right to the lane and getting the open shot.
California with their first lead in a while. They last led 19-29 in the first. That was when they were up 3-0 off that three-pointer. As inside pass, bounce back over to Oliver. Oliver driving inside, loses possession of the ball, and actually the ball was out of bounds by California, they're saying.
Yeah, Cordell Smith looked like he intercepted that pass and then just tried to tiptoe down the sidelines, trying to do his best Antonio Brown, really intimidation, but he couldn't. He couldn't, just stepped out of bounds.
Up comes California as Cordell Smith, open three. And that one's good as it rattles around the cage. California extends their lead 32-28.
Got to knock down the shots when you have that opportunity, and right there Cordell Smith did, extending their lead to 4.
To Tunovic, pass stolen away there. As this shot is good by Isaiah Lewis, and that's what you need right there, the steal and the bucket.
5-point swing now for California. You got to keep this going, especially on the defensive side.
Now Reggie Oliver working here on Cordell Smith, gets by them, and he goes right to the basket for 2.
Yeah, going right around California on that one, getting right to the hoop, and puts it up for the easy layup.
Isaiah Lewis over now to Terry Davis Jr. inside. Jameer Howes gets the shot blocked by number 21, Malik Toppin. Toppin 6'9", Jameer Howes 6'7".
And Toppin, doesn't matter who is really the height matchup. He seems like he's one of the more dominant players out there on the floor for either teams.
Inside pass, and that one's going to be out of bounds off of Terry Davis Jr. As Robo-Tech will check in for Jameer Howes.
That's a good 1-2 combo as well, as Robo-Tech really solidified his spot, proved his worth out there on the floor for Kent McBride last season.
Rodriguez with it now. Inside. Toppin shot is good. And that time there was no foul because California went straight up. Isaiah Lewis. Over now to Terry Davis Jr. Fakes the pass, now passes over to Cordell Smith. Three-pointer is good. Cordell Smith hot from the three-pointer.
Got to keep this up. Cordell Smith, 2 big three-pointers made, 2 wide-open three-pointers even. Looks like Salem was a little bit out of position on that one, allowed him to get the wide-open shot.
Three-pointer here for Salem is no good. Rebounded there by Lewis. Underhand to Cordell Smith. Deep three. That one's off the rim and tipped and rebounded there as Oliver will go out of bounds.
And our WCAL guys down there, Stephen Ruffing and Colin Kirkwood, saw their life flash before their eyes on that one as number 3, Reggie Oliver, almost took them right out.
We're going to take a quick break. California 37-32 with 3:52 to go here in the first half. Stay tuned. More Vulcans men's basketball coming your way here on CUTV and the PSAC network.
From court to court and lane to lane under the lights. or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
And welcome back to the Convocation Center as California finally takes the lead back 37-32 with 3:52 to go here in the first half. And Danny, California now shooting 6 of 16 from the three-pointer. Cordell Smith with 3 of those 6.
Yeah, and Cordell Smith, he's hot from behind the three-point arc right now. Sitting on the bench now, so cool out a little bit. But in practice, you can see he was shooting from all over the floor. Just really put on a clinic out there for everybody else in attendance.
Lewis with a down for California. Over to Terry Davis Jr. Jr. working inside, shot blocked and rebounded there by Toppin.
And Toppin just likes to get his hands up on defense and on offense. Just got right to the hoop. He's pretty tall out there on the floor, so he can just really put his hands up, get a block, or even get an easy shot.
Oliver going into the basket is fouled and makes the basket. Looked like he was fouled by Jay Tucker.
A bit late on that foul call as well, as Oliver's shot was already in the basket before the referee called the foul. But nonetheless, he's going to go to the line now.
Oliver made 1 of 2 so far today. Has his one shot up and good. California up by 2. Lewis over to Alexander. Now to Terry Davis Jr. Back to the 2-3 zone is Salem. Inside. That shot no good by Roboteco. Rebounded by Howes. Howes shot no good, but is fouled. Looked like by number 4, Jordan Robinson.
I was mentioning how California has to follow their shots, but the person that shot it doesn't really have to follow their shots. Everybody out there on the floor has to be really aware of when one of their own teammates makes a shot or puts a shot up. Now on that one, Jameer Howes just right there to gobble that one up and try to get the easy second chance point, but he was fouled.
Howes' first is good. Jameer Howes, so far this season, 65.1% from the free throw line. As his second is also good. California up by 4. Reggie Oliver working in here as he throws it over in the middle, and a foul called here as Robel Teco had nothing to do but foul Malik Toppin as he was right in the middle of the paint there.
And Toppin, that long frame of his, really just put his hand up and palm that ball, allows him to get back, gather, try to put the extra shot up, or the second chance shot up, excuse me. But he'll go to the line as well.
First shot, no good off the front of the rim for Toppin. As Toppin, 73.7% from the free throw line this season as he makes his second. As up comes California. Isaiah Lewis working here, goes over to Terry Davis Jr. Three-pointer up and good.
Right in front of Salem's bench as he turns around, gives him a little bit of a look, kind of a Steph Curry move on that one. Makes a shot right there and extends their lead now to 6.
Reggie Oliver lost possession of the ball, and up comes California, and a dunk there from Jameer Howes.
You don't see that often from California, an in-game dunk.
Easy dunk, too. Just nice and easy. Didn't want to smack the house down. And a foul called here on Jameer Howes.
Kind of a play on words on that one. You said he didn't want to bring the house down, didn't want to bring the house down. But he did, got to the basket, an easy shot, and an easy dunk.
The door's right there.
It was wide open. I had to take advantage of it.
I guess you're right. Oliver, nice move to the basket, but the shot's no good. Rebounded there by Jameer House. Up comes Isaiah Lewis. Throws it over to Robel Tekel. Now Lewis over to Alexander, working inside. Tough shot off the side of the rim, rebounded there by Drew Pitzer. Over now to Tunovic. As it's Oliver. Tough three-pointer, no good off the rim. Rebounded there by Robinson. Shot clock resets. As Robinson will work here. Inside Toppin. Toppin shot up and good, and with that height, Toppin's just going to work in the paint all day long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just continues to keep that grind up there in the paint and getting the shots to fall.
Terry Davis Jr. now over. Back to Terry Davis Jr. As Alexander. Shot up and good. California up 46-38. As Salem with it now over the timeline. Reggie Oliver working here. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Oliver working. Tries to go inside, and he does. And a foul called here, and a charging foul called on number 21, Malik Toppin. That is his first foul, team 6.
Good call on that one. Not any bias there, but California is in that right spot out there on the floor, just trying to take advantage, just trying to slow Malik Toppin down any way they possibly can. That one going in favor of California.
Timeout called by California. The referee for the game today said it was a charging foul. The coach for Salem did not agree. Head coach Adam Williams in his second season. Both coaches in their second season, Danny. Coach McBride finally getting the players he wants, and looks like Salem's getting the players they want now too finally for Adam Williams, but he did not like that call there. He thought that California got there late and it should have been a blocking call.
Yeah, there were a few guys there for California as well, just keeping that positioning on the floor, knowing where they were, and just setting their feet, not in the restricted area, because that's a big thing this season as well. I mean, last season it was implemented, but this season really have to be aware of where you are.
It's bigger now. It's like last season. It's if you see there the black line on the court, that was where it used to be. It's about a foot or more bigger now. As Isaiah Lewis for California with getting it inside is House. Terry Davis Jr. fakes there but travels. And California will turn it over.
And not a possession you want there for head coach Kent McBride with 43.3 seconds left. You want to go into this halftime break with a little bit of momentum. Up by 8, so in this one they have to really try to extend their lead before a halftime break.
13 seconds between shot clock and game clock as Oliver just goes right through. As now there's California will inbound it right now as the shot clock is now off, as they took some time waiting for that game clock to go down. I don't know how that's legal.
I don't know if that's strategy or if they were looking
they want the last shot.
Cordell Smith kind of looked over at head coach Ken McBride yelling at him.
Just slow it down, wait a little bit, wait for that game clock to go down. But Cordell Smith wasting no time from the three, and he nails it. 7 seconds for Salem as Oliver working in here. Tough three, no good, rebounded, and that shot is good at the buzzer. Puts it in as Toppin.
They can't do anything about that. Malik Toppin just kind of threw his hand at the ball as the ball bounces around the rim, takes a friendly bounce as California leads going to the halftime break up by 7.
California up 49-40 with the second half as you're watching California men's basketball on CUTV and the PSAC network.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Hello and welcome back to the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania as the California Vulcans lead the Salem Tigers 49-42. Hello again, I'm Anthony D'Agostino. Alongside me today is Danny Beck. And Danny, how about some of these stats from halftime between these two teams?
Yeah, California shooting above 50% at 51.4, and on the other side, Salem at 47.1. The three-point arc is also getting lit up by California, 44.4% from behind the three-pointer arc, and then for Salem, 31.3. But Anthony, what I really want to talk about right now is Malik Toppin, 6 of 9 shooting from the field, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He has 3 total rebounds, 13 points, and 3 blocks, something that, across the board, Malik Toppin is one of those guys that Salem can really lean on. And then for the other side, for California, the offense right now is being led by Cordell Smith, has 12 points, 4 of 9 from behind the three-point arc. So he's really that guy that's kind of, if you will, driving the three-point percentage down a little bit, only a 4 of 9 as they sit at 44%, but really just keeping the scoring going for California. Any shots that they can take. Cordell Smith, it kind of seems like he got into a little bit of a rhythm out there on the floor. He got wide open, and California just passing the ball around. They have 14 assists as a team right now, so they're just trying to break this zone that's really being put in place by Salem, and they're trying to take advantage of that Adam Williams defense, and Adam Williams trying to implement that strong play in his players and trying to take advantage of Kent McBride.
In that 2-3 zone, Danny, California with Cordell Smith being able to shoot that 3 is kind of causing the Salem team to push out more and cover those shots, and they're leaving some space in the inside where that zone would usually have it covered up, and that's giving California some options inside that zone as well, and they can exploit them from the air and the outside as Cordell Smith has shown, or they can go inside with like Jameer Howes.
Yeah, and Cordell Smith is a threat out there on the floor, but also Terry Davis Jr. You can also circle his name. He's one of those guys that's really contributing to this team as he only has 8 points, 4th in team leaders. But nonetheless, California, they're keeping this up by 7 now.
California with 3 players in double digits. Jameer Howes with 10, Cordell Smith with 12, Isaiah Lewis with 10 as well. As Salem only has 2 players in double digits, Oliver and Toppin. As California with now Terry Davis Jr. flips it inside to Tucker. Jay Tucker double team there and has to throw it away. And it's picked up by Robinson. And that's what happens when you're in that zone. You get trapped over there. 3-pointer up and good for Ignacio Rodriguez, the senior out of Mallorca, Spain. Cordell Smith for California now. It's man defense now inside. Cordell Smith gets his shot blocked. And a foul called here on California. Cordell Smith got behind the defender, but from behind, that shot was blocked, and that looked like an easy basket. Ends up being no points and a foul now for California.
I'm not sure if the basket, or the shot was blocked. It kind of looked like Cordell Smith didn't put enough on it. It kind of looked like it was a finger roll, and the ball just kind of popped off his hand.
That shot no good for Salem. Up comes Cordell Smith. Bounces it over as Isaiah Lewis misses that, and Jameer Howes can't control the rebound, and it's picked up there by Malik Toppin.
Comes away, followed that shot on that one by his fellow teammate. Could not corral that one to get the second chance effort.
Inside pass to Toppin. Toppin can't control the pass, and it's off his foot and out of bounds. A Robel tackle, inbounded, as Cordell Smith takes it over. Interesting seeing a little bit of a man defense now for Salem as they were with the 2-3 zone for the entire first half. As Jameer Howes with it now. Hands it off to Davis Jr. Davis Jr. inside. Tough shot, good and one.
Getting the sweet kiss off the glass right there is Terry Davis as he's sent to the line now to attempt a 3-point play.
That's Toppin's second foul. Davis Jr. now with double digits. There are now 4 players on the court for California with double digits. As Davis Jr. with that one foul shot and make it a 3-point play, and it rims out. Rebounded there by Salem. Up comes Reggie Oliver. Good pass, foul, and one now for Salem as Malik Toppin gets that one to fall in.
See head coach Kent McBride, hands in his face right now. You know, it's just, you really can't do anything against Malik Toppin. He just seems to get to the hoop and get those easy shots. That one was fouled to go into the basket, hitting the shot to fall.
And he will make the three-point play, unlike Terry Davis Jr. As Cordell Smith over the half-court line. Over now to Isaiah Lewis, inside to Tekel. As Terry Davis Jr. over to, now to Tekel for three. Tekel shot no good, rebounded there. Great job by Howes, and Howes puts it up for two.
Howes going underneath the basket to get the shot to fall. It was a great way of following the shot yet again, just trying to help your offense get these second chance points.
Oliver inside the top, and that one's going to get thrown away and out of bounds. Cordell Smith will inbound it from the sideline. As Smith will throw it over to Tekel. Now Lewis. Isaiah Lewis working inside as he gets it off to Howes. Now Cordell Smith inside to Tekel. Tekel palms it and gets it over now to Davis Jr. Back inside to Tekel, one-handed again as he throws it over to Lewis. Lewis working here, and a foul called here on number 3, Reggie Oliver. That will be his second.
And Lewis trying to pick up his dribble and drive into the lane. Oliver right there kind of puts his body right into him as the foul was called out there on the floor.
Smith will inbound it here to Isaiah Lewis. Now we're back to Cordell Smith. Corner three, that one's off the rim. And a foul called here on California's Jameer Howes. It'll be his second.
And Howes is getting a little bit physical here tonight, just trying to help California get a first victory in one game, but nonetheless just trying to get some momentum going into this 5-game swing.
That one's blocked away there by Terry Davis Jr. as the 6-foot Reggie Oliver was trying to go up for the shot.
Good lockdown defense by Terry Davis, just putting his hands up and reading right what he was going to do on that.
Also 3 inches taller is Terry Davis Jr. to Reggie Oliver. That one's tipped by Jameer Howes, and it's instead picked up by Tatunovic. And a three-pointer here is no good. Rebounded there by Terry Davis Jr. Up ahead to Isaiah Lewis. Bounce pass, beautiful bounce pass, and a dunk there from Jameer Howes.
That's 2 dunks here tonight from Jameer Howes. He's feeling himself now on offense, now up by 7.
Almost thought about a three-pointer there was Tatunovic, but instead he passes it off to Rodriguez. And now Robinson will hand it back off. A block there by Jameer Howes, but it's kept alive. And now a three-pointer is no good as Robel Tekel will tip it to Jameer Howes. Bounce it over to Lewis. Lewis will have a carry as he went underhand to overhand on that one as Dylan Godet checks in here.
It seems like California and this team, once something goes their way, they can really swing it in their favor even more, get some more points out of that one. And that's what that whole swing right there, those turn of events, equated into points for California.
As Reggie Oliver gets that pass tipped out of bounds by California's Cordell Smith. As Jordan Robinson will inbound it for the Tigers. Reggie Oliver from the deep 3. That one's good off the backboard.
And Cordell Smith territory, that one was from Reggie Oliver as he sinks that shot to shrink California's lead to 4.
As California now, Isaiah Lewis throws it over to Terry Davis Jr. Open 3, no good off the rim, and it's rebounded there by Rodriguez. Up now comes Salem. As a offensive foul call here on Reggie Oliver. His third, team's third, and if you're Reggie Oliver, you got to be careful now with 3 fouls and only 15:35 left to go in the game.
Yeah, and especially when you're leading your team in scoring with 22 points, that's huge. You really have to take that into account and really try to limit those fouls.
And Danny, take a look here as Cheyenne White throwing the ice cream.
And I want to let you in on a little secret there, Anthony. Pre-game, Colin Kirkwood, Stephen Ruffing, and I were lucky enough to snag one of those before they were even thrown out. So that's a little bit of insider information on that one.
Well, Danny, I got a chance to be able to have one tossed at me down at the table one time.
Well,
So,
that was tonight, though.
You know.
We got a dilly bar the first time back in the Convocation Center after Thanksgiving break. I shouldn't have eaten it. I've eaten so much food. I've ate so much food, excuse me. I keep saying eaten, whatever. I've ate so much food this entire break. I'm surprised my body couldn't have even handled it.
it's Thanksgiving, and you're supposed to eat during this time of year.
It was crazy. I know I had two different types. We had ham, we had turkey, two different types of stuffing, two different types of mashed potatoes. My mouth was watering, and I don't know.
I had one type of meat. There were two different types of stuffing. I only eat one. My mom and grandmother like the chestnut stuffing that my grandmother had a chestnut tree, so they like that, but I made just a regular plain old stuffing. And stuffing's always good though, no matter what.
We had sausage stuffing and then cornbread stuffing. Yeah, it was, and smoked turkey, smoked ham. It was a great time.
I'm going to your place for Thanksgiving.
It was a great time.
That's awesome.
It was.
I mean, your dad smokes the meat for your restaurant, your barbecue place.
Yep. And it stuffed my stomach. It was perfect. I had a food baby for a few hours after it.
Back to live action here. Cordell Smith over to Isaiah Lewis. Lewis jumper is no good. Rebounded there by Malik Toppin, and a whistle here. And this is on Jameer Howes. Getting called for pushing people away. As Ferlandis Penny will inbound this one, as Jameer Howes will have to check out. As Jordan Robinson throws it over, and that three-pointer is good for Ignacio Rodriguez.
California looks like they're a little bit late getting over to that one, and that allowed an open three to be made.
Davis Jr. too strong, and a fight for the ball, and a travel call here on California as Jay Tucker had the ball and fell down with it.
I don't even know who had possession on that one. California going back and forth with Salem trying to get the ball in their hand. But nonetheless, California called with the travel, gives Salem the ball right back.
Salem has a chance to take the lead here with a two-pointer or a three. They're down by one. Bounce pass over to Fultz. Fultz throws it over. Now bounces it inside to Toppin. Toppin loses control of it, out of bounds, off of California. And that one's off of Philip Alexander.
Only 9. I was just going to say that. With only 9 seconds left on the shot clock, too, puts Salem in a pretty precarious situation.
Ferlandis Penny will inbound it from the far sideline as he gets it off to Robinson. Robinson working here, throws it over, and a wide open three is good from Ignacio Rodriguez, and California just blew that coverage.
They definitely did. Jay Tucker, the man that you can really circle out there on the floor if you're Kent McBride, to take advantage of that one as Jay Tucker just out of position.
Jay Tucker inside, Robel Tekel, tough angle shot is up and good. High ball game.
Kind of threw the ball right at that square out there on the basket and just got the shot to fall.
Hey, they say if you hit the inside of the square, it never misses. That's what they tell you.
I can tell you plenty of reasons why that's wrong, because I've done that in our rec league and it does not sink for me.
Maybe the backboard's messed up in your rec league gym there.
I'd like to say that's the reason.
A underhand pass to Tekel was almost botched, but a three-pointer there is no good from Isaiah Lewis, rebounded there by Penny. Robinson for Salem now, working inside. Gets it off, and a charging call here. Should be on Robinson. And it is. As he got the pass off, his momentum carried him right through the California defender. And that's a player control foul every time.
Robel Tekel, great way of knowing where he is out there on the floor and taking advantage of that one. Giving California the ball right back in a tie ball game.
Isaiah Lewis to Terry Davis Jr. Over to Lewis. Lewis working. Two-pointer, no good, but he is fouled as he was shooting, and that is going to be 2 shots for him. That's Robinson's third, his second consecutively.
Talk about that pick set by Robel Tekel. You also mentioned earlier on in this contest about if this was a truck shoot, we get some replays. We could have seen the replay right on that one. Robel Tekel setting a great pick, allowing Isaiah Lewis to get wide open, attempt the shot, but he was fouled.
And he missed that one. He is 81.8% from the free throw line this season, as that second one is also no good. 0 for 2, and California is still tied up here 57 all with Salem.
Don't want to go over from the free throw line. All these free throws could play big dividends down the stretch.
Foltz passing it off to Robinson. And that one is out of bounds. An errant pass gives California the ball back.
And if Ignacio Rodriguez was about 6'8" on that one, he could have corralled that pass a little bit over his head. This goes right into the lap of fellow teammate Drew Pitzer.
So you're saying if he would have thrown it to Malik Toppin, that would have been a completed pass?
Oh, without a doubt. 10 times out of 10.
As Lewis gets it off to Alexander. Over now to Terry Davis Jr. 4-3. That one's up and good. A beautiful shot there from Terry Davis Jr., giving California the 3-point lead.
Another friendly pick there set by Jay Tucker allowed Terry Davis Jr. to spot up from behind the 3-point arc and knock that one down.
Rodriguez working now. Bounces over to Robinson. A 3-second violation here on Salem. A referee down there in the baseline doing a great job seeing that one.
California really has to take advantage of this turnover from Salem. Don't get many, as in the first half, Salem only turned the ball over 10 times, California with 8. But taking advantage of these with 12 minutes left, about 12 minutes left, could pay off.
Terry Davis Jr. 4-3 once again. This one off the rim again. And corralled by Malik Toppin. He palmed that ball.
Yeah, but it almost looked like an over-the-back foul you could have called on the floor there, as Toppin was all over Jay Tucker. Jay Tucker was just trying to do his best to match up against the much taller Malik Toppin.
3-pointer up and good, and you cannot leave Rodriguez open from the 3-point arc.
It's just one of the downfalls of the 2-3 zone out there on the outside against that 3-point threat of Rodriguez as he knocks that one down.
3-pointer for Cal. Answering right back is Cordell Smith.
And you can talk exactly the same thing about Salem's 2-3 zone. The three men in the back couldn't get over in time to cover Cordell Smith as he sinks the one in the corner, one of the zones that really can't be taken advantage of the 2-3.
As, like you said, California in that 3-2 zone, but an offensive foul called here on number 10, Ignacio Rodriguez, an illegal screen as California takes the lead into the media timeout, 63-60 with 11:23 to go here in the second half. You're watching Vulcans men's basketball here on CUTV and the PSAC network.
Dylan, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Buchanan, West Virginia can watch our stuff up here.
They can follow us on Twitter, or they can like us on Facebook.
That's awesome. What about our sports? How can they watch that?
They could watch it live right on our YouTube channel.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania as California leads 63-60 over the Salem Tigers. And Danny, California doing a great job here, and however, it's been a 3-point contest today as well.
And most definitely has, and California just trying to answer back to Salem's 3-point threats out there on the floor, but California in this one takes a 3-point advantage. So they're just trying to keep this scoring momentum up and really lock down on defense.
Another score update. Mercyhurst over Roberts Wesleyan right now with 13:40 to go in the second half. They're up 52-26 over Roberts Wesleyan out of the East Coast Conference. As Robel tackle over to Terry Davis Jr. Three-pointer up and good. Cordell Smith hitting the threes when he needs to.
And right before he made that shot, kind of heard some faint Cordell chants out there from the crowd as he sinks that one, extending their lead to 6 now.
California 11 of 26 from the three-point line. Cordell Smith 6 of 12 from the three-point arc. As Rodriguez working on Cordell Smith. Gets double teamed there and goes over to Robinson as he hands it off to Oliver. Working inside over to Rodriguez. Three-pointer up and no good. Rebounded there by Alexander. Cordell Smith up ahead and a save there by Howes. And a foul called here on Howes, as Howes was trying to get the ball away from Rodriguez, but that pass there to Howes just was not in the right position, and he couldn't get the pass, and he was looking for the dunk on that one too. He was wide open, streaking down the court.
Yeah, going for his third dunk, a wide open dunk yet again. You might see some flashy dunks from Howes when you see him in some of the warm-ups and pre-game stuff, kind of throwing some down windmills, whatever he can possibly do to get a little bit of a stir from the crowd. Kind of what Odell Beckham Jr. likes to do before games with the Giants. What he used to like to do because he's hurt now, but...
Jameer Howes with 4 fouls now, and Coach McBride talking to Cordell Smith about that pass. Not happy with that one, as almost a three-pointer there. Thought about it, but then goes to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez misses, and it's rebounded there by Davis Jr. Jr. up ahead. Likes to go out, and that one is tipped away by Rodriguez. Didn't see him there. And up comes now Tutunovic. Tutunovic throwing it over. An open three. No good by Oliver. A little laughing there because Robel tackle came flying in out of nowhere, putting his hands up. And this was very kind of funny. His tackle with a beautiful pass and a backdoor cut for Jay Tucker on a reverse layup.
Yeah, that was a dime from Robel tackle over to Jay Tucker right underneath the basket. Gets the easy shot. Now up by 8.
Robinson working here as he hands it off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, nice move there, but it's stolen away by Cordell Smith. Behind the back move there, that's a 4-on-1 as tackle goes to Terry Davis Jr. Doesn't get the shot to fall and will go up for 2. There was another opportunity there for a point without going behind the back to Terry Davis Jr. though.
Yeah, and Cordell Smith and Jordan Gessner pregame kind of showing their handles out there on the floor, and Cordell Smith in-game working as Jordan Gessner sits the bench. But yeah, great passing display right there from California, pushing it all over the ball. Kind of looked like right inside the three-point arc. There was 3 passes made, just trying to get to the open guy.
His first no good off the front of the rim. Checking in now as Isaiah Lewis. That foul was also on number 15, Marco Tutunovic, his second. Second shot for Davis Jr. up and good. 69-60. California leading. As Oliver working here, and this is Robinson. Three-pointer good for Jordan Robinson, the senior out of Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Isaiah Lewis a little bit late getting over there. Another disadvantage of that 2-3 zone that both of these teams have implemented in their defense. And Salem just taking advantage of that one.
Over to Robo Tekel moving inside now behind the back. Bounces it over to Lewis. Lewis driving inside, goes out. Cordell Smith, three-pointer is good. Cordell Smith lighting it up out here.
With a hand in his face, Ignacio Rodriguez trying to put something in the way of Cordell Smith, but he doesn't need it as he sinks that shot.
Open look here is no good. Off the backboard, misses the rim completely. As that was Tutunovic with the shot. California gets the rebound. Cordell Smith with 21 points. And a foul called here. This is on number 3, Reggie Oliver. That's his 4th. Oliver with 22 points leads both teams in scoring. And now he's with 4 fouls, and he's going to have to check out for a while. In for him will be Drew Pitzer. And now checking in is Jarius Farrow. Excuse me, no. Ryan Dutton is in for California. At the line is Isaiah Lewis. 1-1, first is good.
Extends their lead now to 10, so California beginning to run away with this one.
Lewis, one more. His second is good. 74-63, California up by 11. A handoff there to Robinson. Robinson inside, as that one's out to Rodriguez. Pitzer over to Robinson as he almost lost control of that one, but gets it back. Robinson to Pitzer. As to Tunovic. Thought about a three. As a whistle here. This one's on number 24, Ryan Dutton, the freshman out of Slippery Rock. As Danny, we've reached our media timeout here with 7:54. California up 74-63.
Looking at some social media now on your screen, some YouTube for our sports, CUTV Sports 1, our YouTube 4 news at CUTV News Center, Facebook. Anthony, big fan of Facebook, as well as Twitter now.
You know.
California University Television, and then segueing perfectly into the Twitter, CUTV_PA. And then big thanks to our people over there at the Sports Information Department at calvulcans.com. Also, you're watching this live on PSAC Network, and something new that the PSAC has kind of implemented. Gary Smith, our director and producer of everything that we do here at CUTV, kind of one of the people that really started that, got the wheels going on that one, so big thanks to him. But CUTV, you know, we've been grinding it out this entire semester, and this is our last shoot of the semester. It's kind of bittersweet.
We got graduation, though.
You're correct. Last sports shoot of the semester, then. I'll amend what I said there.
I'd like to see graduation turn into a sport, though.
Hey, let's do it. We have two CUTV members that will be in the commencement ceremony, so why not throw some dunks down? Or it's going to be in the Convocation Center. We might as well just tell them to keep up one of the hoops, and Sarah St. Jacques can put one down. Ryan Kaufman, the same thing.
That would be something to see there.
It's there.
And CUTV will cover it live.
Oh yeah, we'll cover it live. We'll get some replays of it. Well, you know what? Even if it's not a sports shoot, we'll still get replays of Sarah St. Jacques walking across the stage, Ryan Kaufman doing the moonwalk across the stage, getting his certificate.
From President Geraldine Jones.
Why not? Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Sarah's shaking her head. She wants it to happen.
I'd like to see somebody dunk on top of somebody at that event.
There's two people standing right next to us that could do that. And it's not me or you, Anthony.
I'll be there, though. I'll get it on camera. As we're back to action here, a three-pointer up and no good, misses everything as Terry Davis Jr. saves it. Headlong pass is intercepted by Ignacio Rodriguez. Terry Davis Jr. definitely not a quarterback there. Mickey Glenn would have made that pass, though. A foul and a blocking foul here on Ryan Dutton.
Late call there by one of the officials as waiting for the shot to hit the ground. Ryan Dutton also to hit the ground and then yells out the block and makes the motion with his hands. But nonetheless, we're going to see Toppin going to the line.
His first, no good off the front of the rim. Dutton with 2 fouls and no points. As that one is good, though. Down by 10 are the Tigers of Salem. Lewis working inside. Shot no good, and a foul on Drew Pitzer, his first. Team's 9th. Looked like he got a little bit of ball there, but he must have reached in, and the referees didn't like that. Actually, they're going to not call that on Pitzer. They're going to call that on Tunovic. That's his 3rd foul.
Quite a few players on either side now. We look up at the scoreboard. Quite a few players are in foul trouble.
Lewis makes his first, checking in now. It is a Salem player, number 25, Shawan Fultz, the junior out of Richmond, Virginia. Lewis, his second. No good. Rebounded there by Dutton, and a great rebound there. Terry Davis Jr. three-pointer is good. That's a 4-point play there after the one foul shot was made, and then a three-pointer from Terry Davis Jr. As Cordell Smith causing a jump ball there. It's possession to Salem, though, but great hustle there as Malik Toppin had possession of that ball.
Yeah, great play there from Ryan Dutton as well to find the open man. Terry Davis gets the shot up, a big 4-point play to extend their lead now to 14.
As a three-pointer there is no good as he faded away, tipped, and it's rebounded there by California and Isaiah Lewis. Over to Dutton as he hands back off to Lewis, to Davis Jr. Over to Lewis. Lewis, spin move, shot up and good.
Great job there by Isaiah Lewis just to get right to the rack, get his 14th point here tonight, and just helping the effort from California.
That shot is no good, but a foul called here on California is number 14, Jay Tucker.
Jay Tucker just trying to match up with Teutonovic and could not on that one, as there's another foul called on him. That is his 4th foul here tonight. A little bit questionable on that one, Anthony, as well, as it looked like he was just shuffling his feet, staying with him, and keep his hands straight up and down. Nonetheless, Teutonovic is going to attempt 2 from the free throw line.
That one is good, a little bit flat there. Roboteca will check in as Jay Tucker exits. Timeout called by California. 6:39 to go here, 80-65. As we take a quick break, we'll be back with more Vulcans men's basketball here on CUTV and the PSAC network.
From court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to the Convocation Center here on the campus of Cal U. California up 80-65, 20 points shy of the century mark, as there's 6:39 left to go in the regulation time here. I'm Anthony D'Agostino, alongside me, Danny Beck. So glad you could join us here from beautiful California, Pennsylvania.
Sunny California.
Well, the sun has went down by now, so it was sunny. It was a beautiful day today.
It was fantastic day. I know we were both commuting from pretty far away from one end of the state to the other.
You know, it was a great drive, though. It was a little windy on the road, but other than that,
my car was shaking.
it didn't want to stay in the lane. No, it did not. Neither did the trucks that were on the road with me either.
A lot of trucks, too.
Yeah. But back to action here, 1-1, as he makes that one. Actually, it was only one shot. As that was Teutonovic. Cordell Smith here, as he goes over to Lewis. Now Roboteca. Over to Lewis. Now Davis Jr. Terry Davis Jr. working. Spin move. Tough shot, no good. Rebounded there by Malik Toppin. As Teutonovic thought about a three and elects to drive in, as he gets that pass inside the Toppin. Toppin shot up, good, and one.
Toppin being a force on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball for the Salem Tigers team. And just getting back to the line after he made a shot and just trying to really shorten that gap of California's lead.
Toppin 2 rebounds away from a double-double. His foul shot is good. 80-69. California leading. As Cordell Smith for California Over to Isaiah Lewis. As Lewis working here. Tough shot up, no good. Rebounded there by Robinson.
Kind of a weird shot on that one. Looked like Lewis just tried to throw it up at the hoop.
No, that shot's no good, but Toppin gets a rebound. 1 rebound away from a double-double. As gets that pass away to Tutunovic. Three-pointer is good, rattles around and falls in.
Yeah, Tutunovic, great job of just getting to his spot out there on the floor that he gets comfortable with, and Cordell Smith a little bit late getting over there as Tutunovic hits it right in his face.
Lewis for California now. Working here, and man-to-man coverage now is Salem. As Terry Davis Jr. three is good, and he answers right back.
I was going to say that the Tigers are really getting back into this contest. California needs to hit some shots, and right there, Terry Davis gets his 20th point of the night.
Three-pointer is good, and it's just raining threes. As I said before, Rodriguez cannot be left open from the three-pointer, and he was right there.
We're seeing a three-point competition here tonight as California's lead is shrunk to 8 now.
Smith inside to tackle. Now Terry Davis Jr. no good, tips it, and it's rebounded by Robinson. Behind the back, shot up, no good, but a foul call here as Rodriguez will go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, Rodriguez, great job of really drawing that foul. Kind of looked like he went right up for the shot and came right down and then kind of pushed himself backwards. Nonetheless, he's going to attempt 3 shots.
Robel tackle with his 3rd foul. Rodriguez for 3. First shot is no good. And now is not a bad foul from Robel tackle.
If he only makes 2, might have even been a smart foul.
As his 2nd is good. Isaiah Lewis thought he was shooting 2 fouls.
Yeah, I mean, got to keep your head in the game there, I guess.
Definitely got to keep your head in the game. As it's 83-76 now. Rodriguez with 1 more as he makes that one.
So yeah, smart foul there by Robel Teckel. Allow any easy 3s. A little bit late getting over there as well, so great job of drawing the foul was Salem.
Robel tackle now for California. Will hand it off to Lewis, and that'll go off his foot. But saved there by Jay Tucker from going back court as Isaiah Lewis gets off the Robel tackle. Tackle bounces it over. Davis Jr. works inside. That shot no good. Gets a rebound, puts up his own shot, and gets it to fall.
Those second chance points are deadly for California when it comes to Adam Williams trying to lock down on the Vulcans.
Three-pointer no good. Rebounded there by Isaiah Lewis. Up to Davis Jr. Jr. will be called for a charge. And that's actually not on Davis Jr. It's on Jay Tucker. He will get called for the offensive foul as we take a break. California leading 85-77 with 3:54 to go here in the contest. Stay tuned for more Vulcans men's basketball right here on CUTV and the PSAC network.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Welcome back to the Convocation Center here. California up 85-77. Salem in this one still because of the three-point shooting from Isaiah Rodriguez. He is 6 of 12 from beyond the arc, and he is 6 of 12 from the field. That is all he does is shoot three-pointers, standing back
Yeah, he most definitely does. And both sides putting on a display in this one. And just answering back, it kind of seems like when one team goes down the court, hits a three-pointer, and then the other team comes down, it's like, all right, anything you can do, I can do better. Dumps back and takes a three, and they're just sinking them all over the floor. Kind of seems like the corners are where the hot zones are out there on the court.
Cordell Smith not to be outshined either, as he has 21 points, and all of his points came from the three-point arc. As a pass over there, Rodriguez with it now, working inside, now goes back out and passes it off. As Oliver working inside now, as his shot no good, tipped by Toppin, and it's rebounded there by Jameer House.
A little bit of a little caveat of information here. Total of 63 three-point shots have been attempted by both teams here tonight. So a barrage is an understatement there, Anthony.
Davis Jr. working inside, passes it out. Cordell Smith, his shot no good, but a foul called here, and a player control foul on Jameer House. He has fouled out of the game.
Jameer House and Jay Tucker now both out of this contest. Nothing like Alabama with the 3-on-5 as their entire bench was cleared, but nonetheless, two players out for California now.
And the guy who got hit was Oliver, and he's not feeling too great right now. I didn't exactly see Jameer House plow into him. You just got to control your body and what you're doing on the basketball court. I guess it's easier said than done, though, as that's a three-pointer up and good right off the bat by Jordan Robinson. It's down by 5.
Just going to say a big three-pointer now as they shrink the lead to 5. That was only his 6th basket here tonight, so that's huge for the Tigers.
Dutton to Lewis. Man-to-man here for Salem inside the Robel tackle. Now to Lewis. Lewis to tackle. Three-pointer is no good. Rebounded there by Salem. Over now Rodriguez. Three-pointer no good. Rebounded there by Isaiah Lewis. And Lewis gets it off to Cordell Smith.
A bit of a brick on that one from Ignacio Rodriguez. Kind of an errant shot, something that we were talking about in the pregame, that California has to limit those. Now the Tigers down by 5. Really can't afford those.
Over now to Davis Jr. Spin move, throws it over to Robel Tekel. Three-pointer up and good. What a shot by Robel Tekel, and a better assist as number 5, Terry Davis Jr., a rebound and assist away from a double-double. Triple-double. And a three-pointer right there, though, by Rodriguez, and it's back and forth.
And I was talking about how the hot zones out there on the floor seem to be the corners. And Ignacio Rodriguez, three-pointer there, could call it the corner. And then Robel Tekel for the Vulcans hit a three-pointer in the corner.
Robel Tekel to Cordell Smith. Now Lewis. Lewis working. Jumper, no good. Dutton can't get the rebound, and Toppin will. Less than a minute 40 to go here. Over now as he loses the ball. Dutton gets it over now to Terry Davis Jr. One-on-one. Gets it and will be fouled. If I'm Terry Davis Jr., I get the ball to Isaiah Lewis and get myself a double-double.
Yeah, he had a trailing guy. I'm not sure if he even saw him on that one. But nonetheless, good defense there by Salem, not allowing anything easy. Has to earn it from the line now.
Tutunovic with 4 fouls now as Davis Jr. will take 2 shots.
And Adam Williams looking over at Tutunovic, clapping away, saying that was a good foul, especially when you're going to the basket. You don't want to allow them to get anything easy, especially when you're trailing.
That one no good off the iron. Got to make the foul shots, Danny.
Yeah, I was just going to say, even that, now it's paid off. As Tutunovic definitely took a good foul on that.
California 50% from the free throw line. They're 7 of 14. Lewis, his second, is good. Checking in now is Philip Alexander for Ryan Dutton. A minute 30. As Terry Davis Jr. with 23 points, he is tied with Rodriguez for the most points for both teams.
Although Ryan Dutton couldn't get on the score sheet, definitely did his part.
Timeout Salem as Robinson nailed a three-pointer. Down by 3 are the Tigers of Salem.
And we were mentioning how a competitive game this would be here tonight. But this is a game we have here for the first day back. I guess this is after Thanksgiving break, Anthony.
Our director, Gary Smith, saying this was a 16-point game.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, you know, California really has to limit the teams from being able to get back into this contest. This is not the first time that California has let a team come back into a game. And down the stretch, whether it's people getting tired or even if it's in foul trouble, if people are getting a little bit timid due to their fouls that they're accruing, but California really has to not allow this to happen. Kind of seems like it's a theme this season.
Salem with 19 turnovers, California with 16. However, Salem has 25 points off of turnovers. California only has 20. Got to convert on those points off of turnovers as California now with 1:15 to go. As Lewis to Alexander. Over now Tekel. Tekel working inside. His shot no good, but is fouled and will go to the line.
Toppin not happy with that one as he puts his head right there and underneath the hoop. You can see there on your screen. Not very happy about that one, trying to pick up a big block, but Robel Tekel now has to earn it from the line, and free throws now, if at any time, are pivotal.
Toppin with his third foul. Robel Tekel will shoot 2 shots. Tekel so far this season is 0%, and he makes that one. He was 0 for 1 this season so far, but he is now 1 for 2.
50%, we're just like that. I can do math, Anthony.
90 points for California with 1:05 to go. Director Gary Smith telling me milkshake watch as Alexander gets the rebound. California with it now as Lewis driving in here. And they're going to elect to go back and forth here and make Salem have good defense or foul.
I'm not sure if we're going to get some milkshake here tonight, Anthony. You don't really want to see a 10-point swing going in favor of California right now.
Two-pointer is good as his foot was on the line. A timeout called here. And again, if they had the truck, that one would have been reviewed.
Most definitely would have, as California now up by 6. And that's huge for Salem, as it looks like they have some of that momentum going in their favor. Taking advantage of this little break is Salem and Adam Williams.
The referee is talking to the official scorekeeper over there, asking for his opinion, it looks like. What did he think it was?
Kind of just saying, hey, was that a 3? He was like, I have no idea. Let's call it a 2. I don't know. You know, in that situation, they don't have anything to judge it off of.
Can they go back on the live video feed and look at it? And I don't think they can.
No. Nothing different as referees break huddle.
What did you think that was?
I honestly cannot say. I wasn't watching the line.
Gary thinks it's a 3. Dylan thinks it was a 2. So
let's run a Twitter poll. What do we say? Well, let's do a little bit of a live Twitter poll. See how many people engage it.
As Salem picks up the ball over the half-court line, and we'll lose it out of bounds. And that's not the play you want to draw up if you're Salem.
Most definitely not. A little bit of a give and go on that one for the Tigers. Turn the ball right over now with 39 seconds left. California's still up by 6.
Also Toppin with a double-double now, and a foul called here on number 10, Rodriguez, his 3rd.
He has quietly also climbed to the top of this leaderboard for scoring for Salem, now with 23 points, just edging out his fellow teammate Reggie Oliver with 22.
Davis Jr. to shoot 2. As that shot, no good. Second shot is good. And a timeout called here. Salem calling the timeout. Davis Jr. with 24 leads both teams.
And Davis Jr., really that leader out there on the floor. You mentioned in scoring, but even just him being out there on the floor for California, it kind of seems like they're running the offense through him. Has really been able to really dictate what's happening out there on the court. But this break is big for California. Really has to lock down, play some sound defense, and then on the offensive side, just try to split Salem's defense and really just close this one out.
California 10 of 19 from the free throw line, 52.6. I gotta believe that Salem's gonna want to foul again as much as they can to try to get back in this one, put up some quick shots. And if you're California, you're looking at Robinson, Oliver, and Rodriguez on the court right now. Up comes Salem as Oliver loses it again off his foot this time, and it'll be California ball.
Reggie Oliver can't hang his head on this one as he has 22 points here tonight. He definitely did his part for the Tigers.
A foul here on Oliver. That is his 5th, and he's done. Cordell Smith will shoot 2. As checking in now is Shawan Foltz. Hearing some crowd noise here, Danny Beck, on a Monday after Thanksgiving. Cordell Smith almost missed everything. He bricked it off the front of the rim. One more shot for him as he makes that one. 94-86, 31.3 seconds. As a good layup there and a timeout called there by Salem. California up 94-88 with 27.2 seconds left.
I know, Anthony, down by 6. What can Salem really draw up in 27.2 seconds? They have some scoring threats out there on the floor, especially when they have to make up some points in a hurry.
I thought you were looking at the 6 points California needs to get to 100.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I could always use a milkshake, but nonetheless, I also want to see a Vulcans win, nonetheless. But, California, pretty sound game. I did mention that they can't allow teams to just crawl back into this contest. Our director, Gary Smith, did mention that it was a 16-point game at one point, and you really should have really solidified their spot at that point with a 16-point lead. Just play defense. Really, that's all you can do.
California was up 80-64 with 6:52 left to go in the second half.
And that wasn't that long ago.
No. And they came back out of that one. Again, mostly because of Rodriguez with his 23 points. 7 of those, 7 shots were from beyond the arc, and 7 of them fell.
Yeah, that is huge for Salem. They played a pretty good game here tonight. I'm not going to say that this one is necessarily over yet because a lot of things can happen in 27.2 seconds, especially in basketball. But now without Reggie Oliver out there on the floor, turned over the ball twice on 2 consecutive possessions, we're going to see who really comes out there on the floor and tries to pick up the slack from him.
Got a man wide open down the court right now. Is not anymore. I almost thought that was going to be an easy play for California. And a foul called here. And Isaiah Lewis will shoot 2 as this one's on Jordan Robinson, his 4th. Lewis to shoot 2. Got to make both if you're looking for that 100, though.
You definitely do, and we might see some scoring. But Anthony, I don't think that they know about our plan out there on the floor. I don't know if they're going
Coach
to.
McBride does. He makes the first.
So maybe what are they saying? CUTV, we need 5 more points. He's saying for his team out there on the floor, 5 more points. That's all I'm asking of you. I'm not sure. I don't want to speculate, but I might be hearing that out of fellow West Virginia native Dylan Godet sitting right in front of us.
He makes both.
Now only 4.
4 points, and they steal it right back. And they're going to have to foul Terry Davis Jr. I don't think Terry Davis Jr. knew about what we were talking about up here.
I don't think he does know, but
I think we need to get Dylan Godet on the court to just say, shoot the ball.
He can say it from here. He's a loud guy. He's a loud fellow.
Terry Davis Jr. needs to make both of these if you want to have a milkshake.
I'm going to get a milkshake either way.
I mean,
it's just he's paying for it. That's the real thing.
Terry Davis Jr. to shoot 2. His first is good. Everybody up here at CUTV getting excited now. 21.3 seconds left. Can California do it? It'd be a 10-point lead, and I don't know if Salem would foul them, though.
You don't think so?
I don't think they would. Gary's telling me they better foul. Terry Davis Jr. with 25 points, almost a triple-double, as he misses that one. And with 18 seconds left, This shot up and no good. Rebounded there, and they will not foul him. And there will not be a three-pointer unless Roboteco shoots it.
Why not? Put it up.
And there will not be a three-pointer. California will not get the century mark. They are 3 short. And there are many ways they could have gotten the century mark today, though. But still a good win from California, 97-88. The only thing that concerns me is guarding the three-pointer.
Yeah, most definitely is. And, coming into this contest, down, California coming off of a loss against Mansfield in their last game. But California now, they really just have to execute on the offensive side, especially on the defensive side, just locking down on their players and not allowing, and their matchups, and not allowing anybody to get wide open, because that's what Salem was able to take advantage of. California just out of position and then just sinking shots right over them. So looking forward later on in this year, in this season, California needs to do a better job of that.
California will be on a long road stretch. You can catch all of that action with live stats, and as well, if it's a PSAC game, you'll be able to watch that on the PSAC network as well. So for Danny Beck, our director and producer, Gary Smith, and everyone in the crew, I'm Anthony D'Agostino saying so long, everyone.